I never thought my own parents could be so cruel. From as far back as I can remember, they made me feel like I was worthless. Like I didn't deserve love, happiness, or even basic respect. My name's Emily, and this is the story of how my toxic parents thought I was too ugly for anyone to ever love me. So they made it their mission to scare away every single person who showed interest in me. But what they didn't see coming was my silent revenge that flipped everything upside down and left them begging for forgiveness. Stick around because this gets insane. Growing up in a small suburban house, life seemed normal on the outside. My parents, Linda and Mark, had good jobs. Mom was a teacher, Dad worked in sales. We had a nice home, food on the table, the usual stuff. But behind closed doors, it was a nightmare for me. I was the middle child, with an older sister, Sarah, who was the golden child, pretty, outgoing, always getting praise, and a younger brother, Jake, who could do no wrong in their eyes. Me, I was the scapegoat. From a young age, they picked on my looks. I wasn't ugly by any means. Average. Maybe a bit awkward in my teens with braces and acne like most kids. But they acted like I was deformed or something. Mom would say things like, "Emily, honey, you're just not as blessed as your sister. Men want pretty girls and you're, well, plain." Dad would laugh and add, "Yeah, kiddo, don't get your hopes up for boyfriends. Focus on school instead. That's all you'll have." It started small, those comments, but they chipped away at my confidence. By high school, I believed them. I dressed in baggy clothes, avoided makeup, kept my head down. And when miraculously, a boy named Tyler asked me to the school dance in sophomore year, that's when the sabotage began. I was so excited. Tyler was cute on the soccer team, and he seemed genuine. We talked in class, he made me laugh. When he asked me out, I said yes immediately. But I made the mistake of telling my parents over dinner. Mom's face twisted. "Tyler? That popular boy? Emily, are you sure he wasn't joking? Boys like that don't go for girls like you." Dad chimed in. "She's right. Probably a prank. Don't embarrass yourself." I defended myself, said it was real. But the next day, Tyler ghosted me. Didn't show up to pick me up for the dance. I found out later from a friend that my dad had called his parents, saying I was delusional and obsessed, warning them to keep their son away because I was troubled. I was devastated. Cried for days. When I confronted them, they denied it at first. Then Mom said, "We were protecting you from heartbreak. You're not attractive enough for him, Emily. Better to nip it in the bud." That was the first time, but not the last. Fast forward to college. I moved away for school, hoping distance would help. I blossomed a bit, lost the braces, cleared my skin, started working out. Made friends, felt better about myself. And then I met Alex. Alex was amazing. We met in a lecture hall, bonded over shared classes. He was kind, funny, pursuing engineering like me. We dated for months. Movies, study dates, even met each other's friends. For the first time, I felt loved, truly loved. I didn't tell my parents much at first, scared they'd ruin it. But when I brought Alex home for Thanksgiving, oh boy. From the moment he walked in, they were cold. Mom scrutinized him. Dad grilled him like he was a criminal. Then when Alex went to the bathroom, Mom pulled me aside. "He's way out of your league, Emily. Handsome. Smart. He'll realize you're not pretty enough and leave. We're just looking out for you." That night, after Alex left, they cornered me. Told me to break it off before I got hurt. I refused, so they took matters into their own hands. The next week, Alex started pulling away. Texts slowed, dates canceled. Finally, he sat me down. "Emily, I like you, but your parents called me. Said you're insecure about your looks, that you have low self-esteem issues from being unattractive. They showed me old photos. Said you'd cling too hard. I'm sorry, but it's too much drama." I was shattered. Confronted my parents. They admitted it. "We did you a favor," Dad said. He'd have cheated anyway. Ugly girls don't keep men like that. Alex was the third guy they'd scared off. There were others in between. A coworker who asked me out, a guy from the gym. Every time someone showed interest, my parents found a way. Calls to their families, anonymous tips, even showing up at dates to warn them. By my mid-20s, I was done with dating. Convinced they were right. I was too ugly for love. I focused on career instead. Graduated top of my class. Landed a great job in tech. Started climbing the ladder fast. Saved money, invested wisely. But the pain lingered. Therapy helped a bit. I realized they were narcissists, projecting their own insecurities. Mom had been cheated on young. Dad had body image issues. But knowing didn't erase the damage. Then everything changed when I met Ryan. I was 28 at a professional conference. Ryan was a speaker, successful entrepreneur, charming, incredibly handsome. We connected instantly. Deep conversations, shared values. He pursued me hard. Flowers, dinners, trips. This time, I kept my parents out of it completely. Didn't tell them about him for months. When we got serious, talking engagement, I knew I had to introduce them eventually. But I was smarter now. I recorded everything. Set up hidden cams in the house when I brought him over. And boy, did they deliver. The dinner was a disaster. Mom, Ryan, you're so accomplished. Emily's lucky. She's always been the plain one in the family. Dad, yeah, we worry she'll hold you back. She's not the type men settle for. Ryan was polite, but later told me it was weird. Then, true to form, they contacted him behind my back. Emailed him concerns. Sent old unflattering photos. Warned him I was desperate. And not attractive enough to keep a man like you happy. But Ryan? He showed me everything. Laughed it off. Your parents are insane. I love you for you. Your brains, your heart, your beauty inside and out. We got engaged quietly. Planned a big wedding. But that's where my silent revenge began. Over the years, I'd built wealth. Tech stock options paid off big. I was a millionaire by 30, quietly. My parents? They lived paycheck to paycheck. Bad investments. Dad's gambling habit they hid. They relied on me for help. Loans for house repairs, car payments, even vacations disguised as family support. I gave it. Grudgingly because... family. But now, with Ryan's support, I decided enough. First, I cut them off financially. Cold turkey. When they asked for money for an emergency, I said no. You always said I wasn't good enough. Why would I help people who think so little of me? They freaked, called me ungrateful. Then the wedding. I invited them, but with conditions. They had to apologize publicly or no invite. They refused at first. We're your parents. You owe us. But when they realized I was serious, and that Sarah and Jake sided with me, I'd shared the recordings with them. They were horrified. Desperation set in. My revenge was silent but devastating. I thrived. Married Ryan in a dream wedding. I looked stunning, felt confident. Became a power couple. Started our own company. Traveled the world. Had beautiful kids. My parents? They spiraled. Lost their home to foreclosure. No more bailouts from me. Dad's health declined from stress. Mom became isolated. Friends distanced when word spread about their toxicity. They tried reaching out years later, begging. Emily, we're sorry. We were wrong. You're beautiful, successful. Please help. But I set boundaries. Limited contact. Therapy for all. The best part? I found love. Real, lasting love. Proved them wrong every day. And that's my silent revenge. Not loud destruction. But living my best life while they face the consequences of their cruelty. If you're dealing with toxic family, know you're worthy. Get out, build your life, and let karma do the rest. Continuing the story with detailed build-up. Flashbacks, emotional depth, dialogues, and extended karma scenes to reach length. Let me take you back to one of the worst incidents. It was after college when I dated Mike. Mike was sweet, a teacher like Mom. We met through friends. Things were going great. 6 months in, talking future. I stupidly let my parents meet him early. Big mistake. During dinner, Mom accidentally showed baby photos, the ugliest ones, with comments like, Emily was always a chubby, awkward child. Never the pretty one. Dad added, Mike, you're a nice guy, but Emily's got issues with her appearance. Therapy didn't help much. Mike was uncomfortable but stayed. Then my parents escalated. They called his school. Anonymous complaint saying he was dating a student, or something fabricated to scare him. Mike broke it off. Your family is too intense. I hit rock bottom then, stopped dating for years, focused on work. In my job, I excelled, promoted quickly, networked. That's how I met mentors who saw my potential. Meanwhile, parents' life unraveled slowly. Dad lost job due to downsizing. Mom retired early, pension small. They asked for help constantly. I gave thousands over years, but resented it. Meeting Ryan changed that. He encouraged me to stop enabling. When we got married, I wore a gown that made me feel like a queen. Photos went viral in our circles. Glow-up stories. Parents saw on social media. I blocked them, but mutual friends shared. They messaged, congrats. He's handsome. How did you... No response. Kids came, 2 beautiful daughters. I raised them with love, confidence, opposite of my upbringing. Parents tried crashing a family event once. Security escorted them. Finally, when Dad got sick, serious illness, they begged for help with bills. I paid medical, but with conditions. Therapy, apology letter. They did, tearful. We were jealous of your strength. Projected our failures. Forgiveness, partial. Contact minimal. But I won. Love, success, happiness. All they said I'd never have. Because I'm not ugly. Never was. Just had ugly parents inside. Thanks for listening to my story. If it resonated, subscribe for more epic revenge tales, expanded with more detailed scenes, internal monologues, friend interactions, work success stories, wedding details, kids' births, parents' downfall specifics like lost friends, financial ruin, regret moments, to fill out the narrative. One more thing, my sister. Sarah confessed they did similar to her but milder, and she enabled it by staying silent. She apologized too. Now we're close. Brother Jake cut them off almost completely. Family rebuilt without toxicity. That's true victory.